Hey everyone, so I have another video today. I'm super happy when I get to sit down and record this content because, of course, I'm also able to look back on it in the future. As you can see, I've already posted several videos and I've had so much fun recording and editing everything, even though it does take quite some time since I'm new to it and I still have to learn how to add like the special effects. But I think you guys have been enjoying it and getting the value out of it, even though I just started. But on today's video, I have a lot of keychains that I have to do. I'm trying to prepare myself because I have another craft market coming up. It's supposed to be one of the biggest ones in my city. They do it every single year. It's usually in the month of October, either in the earlier first 2 weeks or the later 2 weeks. So either in the beginning of the month or the end of the month. But yeah, it's a really big event, so I definitely have to prepare a lot of products. So I'm trying to get ahead. That's why the back of my pegboard, the black one, you can see that it's empty. That's because I was going through the different pouches that I have to see which ones I need to make more of because I don't want to be last minute, so stressed, being like, oh, I only have one of this one, I only have five of this one. Like, I really want to make sure everything is balanced and that I can have an inventory sheet because I think that is super helpful so you can mark off the items that are being sold and whatnot. So, yeah, a lot of planning, a lot of sewing. So, that's what I'm going to be doing today. You're going to be seeing a little bit behind the scenes in what my day looked like when I'm sewing these cute keychains. And yeah, maybe throughout the video, I'll provide a little bit more tips. We'll just have to see how the video goes on. I don't like to go off based on a script. I like this to be very natural, very open, and literally just a day in my life when I'm sewing keychains because I, of course, do other things throughout the day. But for today, this is what I'm focusing on. And I also have to restock some keychains of my own. So that's why I also am making this. So prepping for the market and then stocking up for when I do need them to package online orders and all that fun stuff. But that's it for now. I'm going to stop talking and get to sewing.
But as any crafter would understand, no matter how many times you reorganize your room over and over, you're always going to have pieces that need to be put back in place, especially when you have a bunch of small items. So that's exactly what I was doing. Here I'm reorganizing the pegboard clips. I had taken out the products so I can count the inventory that I had. And then I'm also putting other products away like the pegboard panels. I used these last time for a video that I was making, so sometimes that also does contribute to my room and the way that it looks. But you know what, I'm the kind of person that I always like to get my things back in order, so it's not a problem. And anyways, I know that I'm crafting and I'm creating, which many people would understand. But look at the space, how it looks after I gave it a nice touch up. And it works so much better because I don't have to worry about having so many boxes around me and not being able to maneuver my hands around. I love this desk. I bought it on Amazon and it does have the little hole for the cord, so I don't have to worry about it getting stuck. But now the regular process of setting up my sewing machine by turning it on, making sure the thread is inserted, and I can get started with my box of keychains. I had ran out of the little clip, so I had to be careful since I did insert the little pins here. So of course, if I poke my finger, that could be a disaster, and we do not want that. So being very careful, I make sure that I started on my first keychain. But before doing so, I couldn't forget my little bands. I actually got this from the Dollar Tree and it's been so helpful. I can keep all my pins in place, that way they don't end up on the floor or end up getting lost because they're so small. But anyways, now we can start on the process of the first one. And I go ahead and I repeat this for the specific design. So I'll do like 4 at a time. And then I'm able to go ahead and switch it out. But I start off by doing the seams on the left and the right edges. So just a straight stitch all the way down. And this helps me so that the products can actually hold their shape. Because if I didn't, attach a clip or anything onto them, it could be like disfigured. So when I'm sewing, the little seams would come out like twisted or it just wouldn't look good. So even though every step of the process does take some time and you have to get used to it, I think it's definitely worth it. It's the methods that work out for me. Working on the keychains. Now everybody does, the process on whatever way works for them. I like to connect mine that way I don't have to constantly be, attaching the needle onto the fabric. So I basically make a chain of the little keychain strips. I think I learned this method on Instagram, so it's been super helpful. And then on to the second process, I do take some extra time to make sure that the seams are straight. I know other companies don't do this. Other people prefer to just clamp down the clip, but considering the clips that I have, which can be a little bit more expensive, but that's okay. I do have some sterling silver ones that I actually sew within the fabric. That way they can hold up their sturdiness. because personally I wouldn't feel comfortable selling a keychain that just has the clip clamped down, because I want to make sure my customers are getting their quality. So a little bit, of an extra step, but that's all right. That's how I'm able to create my pieces. And so once I have them all sewed up, I've done the final little seams. I like to organize them. That way I know how many I have of each one. I was seeing right here that there was still another one that needed to be sewed, so of course I took care of that. But then you can see all the little spaces that I have on my pegboard. Definitely need to fill in a lot of the blanks, like the purple one. You saw it from the last clip, how I was sewing those up, because of course I need to do a big restock on a lot of the designs. And so here I'm showing you some close-ups, how the seams came out. If you pay attention, it's nice and straight, especially the one on top across. That one took me a lot of practice. But again, I like to make sure that the quality is there for my clients, even if it takes me a little bit of extra time. And I mean, I love what I get to do. So working on, it's been worth it for me. Everybody can sell different items. We all have different audiences, but you just got to give it a try sometimes. And here I get to sort everything out, clean up my desk space, and finally we are done for today.